It's the perfect time to be transformed. I'm Mike Morrison with 2 minutes of insight and inspiration. Welcome to 2 Minute Transformation. Sometimes transformation can be painful. Genesis 32 records Jacob's transformation moment, and in verse 24 he is wrestling with a mysterious man. Jacob is wrestling with none other than God's manifest presence. Now, what makes Jacob so extraordinary is his willingness to contend with God at an hour of great need and not give up until he receives God's full blessing. Not only is he locked in grips with the Almighty, but we're told that near daybreak in verse 25, God saw that he did not prevail against him, and he touched the socket of his hip, and the socket of his hip was out of joint as he wrestled with him. I am thoroughly convinced that some blessings just don't come without a fight. God is going to challenge us from time to time with a wrestling match to find out just how badly we want his blessing. Jacob refused to quit. In wrenching physical pain, he continued to hang on, refusing to let God go without blessing him. Now in verse 27, God asks Jacob this question: "What is your name?" Now, God knew his name, but in the meaning of his name was the chink in Jacob's character. Jacob, you see, means deceiver. Thus, his entire life had been one hustle after another. But here, God's question reveals a profound truth. It's the core of what transformation is all about. Before Jacob could experience transformation, before you and I can experience transformation, we must be able to recognize, acknowledge, and confess our weakness. In that confession came the moment that would forever change Jacob's destiny. Your name shall no longer be called Jacob the deceiver, but Israel, which means prince with God, were the words that God spoke to him in verse 28. From that day forward he walked with a limp, but never stood taller. Jacob won his wrestling match with God and had walked away transformed. If you found yourself contending with God, your weakness is what he's fighting to uncover. When you and I come to terms with who we are, we're in the perfect place to be transformed.